Motorsports Tour 12 continued here at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park in Mosport, Canada. DJ Curtis on the pole and Dylan Young also shared the front row for this 21-lap crazy wreck fest and wacky result finish. Here at Mosport, you'll see what I'm talking about in a bit. But here's the first lap right off the bat. DJ Curtis, the leader, spins out on the corner, and that allowed Trevor Gelfi to take the second spot, and Dylan Young, more importantly, to take the lead. There you see Mason Wood and Jack Blake battling for the third position. Blake would take it to the line, but Mason Wood had some woes of his own down to the S-curves. He gets loose off the corner in the grass, nearly slams into the 18 of Jack Blake, and slams into the tire barrier to bring out our first caution of the race. On the race of the caution, Dylan Young wasn't so lucky. It was the same corner, that DJ Curtis got loose in. He lost a lot of momentum and lost the lead. Here's another view of Mason Wood. As you see, he was really close to hitting Jack Blake on the corner. Also, during the very first lap of the race, there was some commotion between the 1 of Jordan Davis and the 21 Austin Mongold. There was also more commotion with DJ Curtis, Isaiah Bernesh, and Daniel Day Kyle Singer in the 77, and Singer spins out the 29 Isaiah Bernesh. Where did I get Daniel Day from? He must have ridden in the 77 Jasper machine in an early season. I still haven't gotten him out of my mind. Anyway, on the restart, Chris Washer got a better start than Trevor Gelfi, and sure enough, he rushes away to the lead. But this was all part of Gelfi's plan, just to let Washer take the bait down the corner. And there you see Gelfi take the lead as Washer got loose. Let's show you a tour around Mosport. For those of you not familiar, we go through the pedestrian bridge and down to corner number 1. In this track, the turns are called corners, believe it or not. And there are a lot of tunnels as well, a lot of tough corners to navigate. Then we go downhill down to over to corner number 2, and then uphill again to corner number 3. A lot of uphill and downhill battles at Mosport, even more than Road America, in fact, as we went Road America a while back. Down to corner 3, out of corner 3, and into corner 4. And we have another pedestrian bridge we pass through, and this is the toughest corner of the race where most leaders spun out. Moss Corner, corner number 5. Perhaps the toughest corner of the track, and yeah, the leader right now, he couldn't even get onto the course. As you see, he gets a nudge from Kyle Collins. That allowed Matt McIntyre to take the lead. Then we go through corner number 6. It's a little smallest corner in the race, and I don't even know it's called a corner. Then down to corner number 7 through Mario Andretti Straight. By the way, this straight is called Mario Andretti Straight somehow. And then we have to turn 8 down the S's. And this is the only part of the course that's called the S's, down to corner number 9. The 10th and final corner near Pirelli Tower, that is White's Corner, and that's the final corner before the start-finish line. And it's a tough course to navigate through. As you see, Leia Walker learned that the hard way as she gets spun out by the 31 Sean Harple, and Benjamin Miles made contact with the O2 machine, which bring out the second caution of the race. Here's another view of the Leia Walker wreck. But Jordan Davis right here, ooh, not really a good race for him. He just got a little nudge, and Nicholas Guerrera just added insult to injury. Not a great day for Jordan Davis so far. Man, it's been just an awful day. But anyway, here's Trevor Gelfi racing back to the caution. As you see, he got spun by Kyle Collins. You just saw that on our tour around the course. Then you see the 19 Alex Hawkins. Whoa, he just tried to make a kamikaze move on the corner, trying to navigate through the 93 Gelfi. Boy, that was a scary moment. Anyway, leaders pitted. Matt McIntyre took the lead under the caution flag. You saw McIntyre take a pass on Gelfi. Just before the caution came out, and you see the 25 and the other drivers had a pit. Well, a couple drivers in front stayed out though, and it sets up a good, interesting fight for the win here, even though we're halfway through the race. There you see the others coming down pit road. Dylan Young came down, RJ Bishop came down, McIntyre comes down as well, and Dylan Young, as you see here, took the second pit set. And I don't know what to say. Oh, I'm sorry. RJ Bishop got out first, and Matt McIntyre did not have the best pit stop. It seems the leaders under caution when they take pit stops, they don't have the best pit stops anymore. Something weird's going on this season. Anyway, Isaiah Burnett took the lead after pit stops. Battle for second between Kyle Collins and Webster Zangarde. It turned for a battle for the lead as you see Burnett get spun out onto Moss Corner. No one could avoid Moss Corner today, and speaking of no one could avoid this wreck either. The 6 Mark Riggleman got into Nathan Hudson in the 43 and Sean Harple in the 31. It's the second straight wreck Harple was in that happened near the final corner, near White's Corner. And boy, it was a tough day for Nathan Hudson. He gets hit by the 6 Riggleman on the spin, bringing out our next caution. And to add insult to injury, after the wreck, he gets loose down the corner, down the curve, and smokes an engine. And he smokes and he would be done for the race. But the weirdest part of this race was that these drivers somehow missed their pit stalls under caution. They just hugged the wall. Jasmine Acosta, as you see, got the worst of it. She actually warped right into the wall and got stuck with Leah Walker. I don't know how that works. I don't know how they were able to miss the pit stall. It was so close. I don't even know how. How could you miss a pit stall like that? How could you miss pit road? Chambers learned that the hard way. He gets stuck and makes up a traffic jam near the barriers as Jack Blake, Riggleman just couldn't squeeze their way out of it without getting traffic jammed down the corner. Blake still couldn't get into pit road for some reason, and Riggleman, and then that would allow Hudson, who was smoking from the earlier wreck, to catch up. Again, I don't know what is going on with pit road here at Mosport. This just almost always happens every race, and it's been getting strange results. As speaking of strange, Dion Scott actually was ruled the leader when the green flag waved. The drivers had not caught up yet for some reason. I don't know why the pace car driver would not stop for the other drivers coming down the corner. They weren't even finished with their caution lap yet. Dion Scott and Leah Walker came out of pit road. They were the top 2 drivers, believe it or not. And again, I don't know how the logic works of pit road in Mosport, but it's some of the worst logic you'll ever seen in our 2003. Not sure why Leia wanted to stop to the pace car. I guess she had some angry words with the pace car driver or the officials and let herself out, let herself be known. Dion Scott comes out as well. Leia would be the leader for a brief moment, then she slowed up, and Dion Scott went on to take the lead. There you see another lap car in the 99 Pete shoe, which was actually supposed to be Leia's teammate. And what was supposed to be a battle for the lead between RJ Bishop and Aaron Frink turned into an ugly battle for second. You see down the line, Bishop gets spun by Johnny Gardner in the 26. Had pit stop calamity happened, I think Bishop would have still had the lead. He would have not wrecked with Gardner, but it just happened. But anyway, a few laps left as you see Dion Scott somehow still had the lead, but Moss Corner would strike again, and Aaron Frink. But this time, this is the only time Moss Corner would be beneficial to the other drivers who deserved to race for the win. Aaron Frink led on the caution. There was another caution, but I got too lazy to show you the rest. It was pretty much the same old you had saw earlier. 4 to go here in Mosport. Down Moss Corner. Will Matt McIntyre make it through? No, he won't. Aaron Frink takes the lead. And how about Jordan Davis moving up to second after wrecking the first 2 times? They were trying to get to pit road. The final corners, they got loose. They missed pit road. And they got loose on the final turn. It sets up a crazy finish and one heck of a race to the caution. Chris Washer led over Austin Talley as he made the pass over on the first corner of the track, but moments later he would not make it through Moss Corner as he gets loose and Talley would take the lead. Dion Scott was able to keep second. somehow, and Austin Talley would have no challengers behind thanks to the wrecks under the caution. And with 2 to go, he takes the yellow flag. No problem. And there was the caution reason. Johnny Garner hits the tire barrier trying to get onto pit road. I'm surprised that was the main reason for the caution. I'm surprised this wreck didn't happen. Frank and Davis. Here's another look of the wreck from the spectator view. As you clearly see, they missed pit stops. Anyway, no challengers under the caution flag. Dion Scott, can you believe it? He was able to keep top 5 somehow. I don't think it was damage at all from the wrecks, just thinking about it. But anyway, off the final corner, down White's corner for the final time under caution, Austin Talley would join the Season 12 winners list by winning the Amazon.com 250 at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. He sets the record for the longest gap between wins. His last win came in Season 2. I think it was at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. But 10 seasons ago, he had his last win, and he finally gets back to victory lane in his return. Navarro Washerbury made up the top 5. Luke Walker, Harple, Plord, Kyle Collins, and Leia Walker made up the top 10. And I'm surprised that some of these drivers we saw wrecking actually made it to the top 10, but thanks to the pit road disaster at Mosport, well, that allowed the damaged cars to make an impact some way, somehow. And there you see the rest of the field. Next up, we're going to stay in Canada for the next race at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, the AVGN The Movie 200. Another race with wacky results. We'll see you there at